Welcome back to the Todd Partnership podcast. This is our second episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out our first episode where we kind of run down why we started this podcast. But we're excited to have this second podcast. And
I'm Jennifer Todd.
And I'm Xander Todd. We still trying to work it out how to open up. But this is a podcast where we talk about any and everything, whether it's pop culture
or popcorn.
Okay. Chicago style popcorn.
Yeah, Chicago style.
But today we want to talk about something.
I like kettle too.
Yeah, kettle's good. I like cheddar and caramel together. I don't like caramel by itself.
You know what? I actually like cheddar and kettle.
I never had that.
Well, I made my own.
I like the jalapeno popcorn too.
I don't fool with that.
I don't like the other, like, you know, the popcorn shop. They have the grape, the strawberry.
Oh no, I don't do that.
They all taste the same to me. But yeah, that's not what we're talking about today. But it correlates to what we're talking about today. But we also talk about stuff that's personal to us and something that may help other people and stuff that we going through. So this week we're talking about weight and weight management, weight loss, and the struggle, and just our journey of trying to become our better selves by losing weight. So one thing I want to do is just talk about, like, why is it so hard to lose weight? First of all, like, how did we get to this?
Why is it so
point?
Hard? Oh, how do you get fat?
Yeah. Let's listen. We have to confront stuff. Like, I don't know why it's I don't know. It was hard for me because I've always been an athletic person. Me like too. I've always played sports through high school. Even after high school, I've always played basketball. But
especially being an athlete, like, you get in the routine of eating a lot of calories.
Yeah,
because you need them.
And that's what I was thinking about for how I got to this. Like, I've never had good eating habits my entire life. I don't think I've never had good eating habits. But the only thing that kept me from gaining weight was because I was young and I was always moving. So what happened is that I stopped moving as much, but kept the same eating habits.
Right.
So now I'm where I'm at now. And one interesting thing about gaining weight is that you done got fat. Everybody else around you done got fat. But I don't know, maybe it's just me. But you try to tell yourself that, I can get this little weight off. It'd be all right. I'm not fat.
Okay.
I'm just,
it's levels.
Yeah, I'm overweight. But then when you try to play basketball again, and after 1 or 2 times down the court, you out of breath, you realize, okay, it done got out of control.
This is real.
Yeah, and your knee hurt.
Okay, that's old.
No, that's not old.
What that is.
It's just weight on my
I'm sure
joints.
That contributes.
And I remember, it's just been so. Is that the same for you? How did?
Well, it's kind of same story about how I ate. I played basketball in high school, and I really didn't have to worry about everything I ate. Like you saying, I could just go to the court, drop the pounds. If I gain weight, I could just cut back a little bit, and in a week, I'd be right back where I was before.
I don't think I never cut back on anything.
Well, I'm a female, so my body works a little bit different from how yours works. But yeah, I think I know I started gaining a lot of weight when we first got married. Because
why you think?
Oh no, I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Because we ate out every day.
Not every
yes,
day.
Yes, every day.
A lot.
Every day.
Yeah.
Like, we might have cooked like once a week.
Yeah, and it was. Here's another thing too. Like, I'm starting to understand that if you don't take control of your schedule, like, your schedule will control you. Like,
okay.
I'm saying that because the reason why we ate so much, I'm just thinking about it. I had a crazy work schedule.
We was tired.
Like, I worked overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And
I worked on my feet all day.
Yeah.
Like, I never had a job. I really never had a job before.
And then, I mean, well, you always worked, but you never had like a...
Like, I never worked for anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Until then. And so, like, I was working retail hours, standing up all that whole time. I wasn't getting, like, regular days off because the way they did the schedule, like, it shifted. So you actually might work, like, 2 weeks before you get your day off because your day off started at the beginning of 1 week and it's at the end of the second week. So, like, I was exhausted, and by the time I got home, I was like, I cannot cook.
And this was before kids.
Yeah, it's just
so
us.
We were like, hey, I'm coming home. You want me to pick something up? Or when we got home, we was like, let's go out.
Yeah, we just run out.
Let's go
and
get
we
something.
lived like near a lot of restaurants, fast food. It wasn't nothing to just go, and we had the money.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Man, if we could have saved that money.
I know, if we were smarter back then.
Yeah, but hey, we're smarter now. We're getting better now. But one of the things too I was thinking about when we were about to do this episode is there something that correlates, like, why is food such a like draw to it? Because we're not the only ones. Like, there are a lot of people, especially in this country, that are overweight. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it's everywhere. Like, why do you think so many people have that same outcome, like just gaining weight?
It's a drug. Like, it's definitely, like, I think dopamine is released, like, when you eat, when you're, especially, like, with sugar. And like, when it's, like, a pleasurable feeling, so it's, like, it also releases endorphins. It's, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in our brain, like, while we're eating.
Yeah.
If we are enjoying our food.
I know Joe Rogan uses this term, like, why do so many people get caught up in mouth pleasure? Like, just, like, I just want to eat something. Mm-hmm. Like, I found myself, it being the default, like, when I have meetings, it's always somewhere to eat. Mm-hmm. Like, when I'm visiting family, we're eating. Like,
it's definitely cultural. Like,
and then we eat bad. Like,
okay, so that was one thing I had to confront myself about, because growing up, it was like, first of all, you don't make your own plate.
Yeah.
Mom, grandma.
Yeah.
They making your plate, and you better eat everything that's on it.
And it's just a miseducation of food. Like, because I remember that too. Like, my grandma used to load us up. Mm-hmm. Like, and that's because they wanted us to be full, and they looked at it as they're growing, so they need to eat more to have that energy. But we were eating.
I think it was like a sense of accomplishment too, because like our grandparents, they grew up on the backside of the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So, like, stuff wasn't abundant, like how they were able to provide for their kids and for us as grandkids. So, like, I think it was just like a sense of accomplishment too. Like, their life was better. They could offer a better life to their generations.
Yeah.
Coming behind them. But I'm telling you had to eat everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember having to eat everything and couldn't have anything to drink.
That's not my testimony.
And that was bad itself. But you couldn't have anything to drink until you finish all your food. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, like, it really caught up to us, and like we started recognizing it, and we're taking steps now to try to just become our better selves. But another thing that I encountered is that there's a movement also of people saying that you should just accept who you are. Like you should just you're just plus size. Like that's who you are. Like you don't need to be so focused on losing weight. Just be happy with who you are.
Yeah,
What you feel like?
I've heard that, and for some, I'm saying okay. Like I understand. Like if you're a person who is living a healthy lifestyle day in day out, but you're still like big, like so, you're doing all the right things, but your body is just happy, like being on the bigger side. Maybe like.
So what is big though? Like
I think it's relative to the person.
So, do you think that there's some people that no matter what they do, they won't lose weight? Like they just stay at. Let's give an example. I don't know like healthy weights for women, but like
everybody's different. That's why I have body mass index.
Yeah.
Because it has to do with like your bones, like how much muscle mass you have. Like it really is different for everybody. And so for like there just to be one standard weight or size to say that that's overweight, that's fat or whatever, like
I agree with that.
It's kind of hard to do.
I agree with that.
Now when we get to obesity, that's after they've already taken into account your BMI body mass index. So like that's a flag of issue.
Yeah, I can see from like a man's point of view. Like I know it's some men like their shoulders are much bigger. Like they're just not going to be 150 pounds. Yeah. Like 160 pounds. Like
some people's bones weigh that much.
Yeah.
Like just the bones.
They big boned.
Well, yeah, they may not be big bone, but they can have dense bones.
Yeah, it's such thing as denser bones.
And really, dense bones is good. I mean, people that have osteoporosis because they're hollow.
Yeah,
they're losing density.
Yeah, I agree with that. I done seen like I don't know if it was TLC or something, but there are people that be like, I'm obese, but like that's who I am. I just accept that.
You talking about like my 600-pound life?
No, not that extreme. But I done seen like, okay, it was I forgot what magazine it was, but it was a big controversy about like, it was maybe a Sports Illustrated or something like that, or Vogue, I don't know, one of those magazines where it was like plus size women models.
Sports Illustrated swimsuit.
Yeah, but some of those women, I know I might get a look like some of those women, it didn't look healthy. Like some women you can see, you be like, okay, she thick, like she just, that's the way she built. Like, but some of those women, like I think when your stomach, that's the biggest indicator for me. Like when your stomach is like huge,
okay,
that's when
I think you get into body shaming.
Not body shaming.
I don't see how this is gonna help. I don't see why this says why it's so hard to lose weight.
Well, I'm just looking at like how our society looks at different things. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah.
And like I'm willing to listen to anybody. But I think for some people, like we use it as a crutch.
Definitely. I think the whole United States, like we're one of the fattest countries on the earth.
Yeah. I'm saying like that movement is dangerous.
It is
because
dangerous.
It's a crutch for some people that like some of those models in there, you can just tell like their stomachs weren't that big, but like that's just how they're built. But you can't be like that. Like you said, the difference between big, like just big boned and obese.
Carrying some extra pounds or being obese.
And the only reason I brought it up is because that movement like makes it like it makes us look at what we do differently.
I think it's just a subset of a bigger issue, like complacency, period. Like, people really don't want to do what it takes to do what they need to do. And, like, that just trickles down into every area of our life. And the people who cry loudest create campaigns, and they get the most attention. And that's how this kind of stuff, you know, brings awareness to itself. But, yeah, it's just complacency at the end of the day, I think.
Yeah. And I can't control any of that. The only thing I control is what I do, what we do. But I think I understand now that in order for me to do everything that I dream to do, all the dreams that I've been given, like, I need to lose weight. Like, it's a must now. Like, it's not, it used to be a plus. Like, I can do everything that I've dreamed of, and it'd be a plus if I was this size.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I'm looking at it like I can't get there.
It's actually a requirement.
Yeah, it's a requirement.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. But I think that's where, like, just getting to the next type of, like, what shifted for you? Like, I kind of said it already, but what made you think, like, okay, I need to, like, what was that point? Like, was there a certain, like, thought you had? Was there a certain moment? Was there a certain event that happened that shifted your mind into, like, okay, I need to control this. I need to be more conscious of what I do, what I eat?
A few things. So, one of the things was my clothes.
Yeah.
I was, like, having a hard time finding things to wear that looked flattering. So, and when I go shopping, it was difficult to find clothes that I liked and that were in my size. And so that was definitely a motivator. Another thing that motivated me was a competition that I was in with some other people. I had, like, a little support group, and, like, for a little stint of time, like, I was working out consistently it was like the Biggest Loser type thing. And I was doing great. Like, I was killing it, and I was looking great, feeling great. I was singing better when I would have opportunities to sing, and I had more energy. My joints weren't hurting because, you know, like, I stand up at work all day, and like, that weight really was weighing on my joints. It was making my feet hurt, my knees hurt. And so between just the comfort of being able to maneuver throughout my day and look good while doing it, or at least be confident in how I look, because everybody has their opinion how you look. Like, those are probably the biggest motivators for me.
Yeah, I would say the same thing for me. Like, I love, like, looking good, like, wearing. I don't know. I guess
I want to hear this.
Okay. I like wearing clothes that I like. You know, like, it's just a confidence thing. Like, where when I go to my closet and I pull out a button down that I like, and in the middle of the button down, the button about to pop off because my stomach, like, it frustrates me so much. Like, when you're getting ready, you go to your closet, like, you know what you want to wear, you pull it out,
and you can't wear it.
You can't wear it.
You are literally being rejected by your closet.
Yes, and that's, I mean, the same thing going to the store. Like, I hate clothes shopping at this size, because when I go to the store, like, it's so limited on what I can wear. And then when I find what I want to wear, I mean, it's just nothing fits right. You know, like, I have to settle for everything.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's frustrating even in I don't know, like, men, I guess men don't talk about this a lot because you always hear this from women, but, like, going into that fitting room and trying on clothes, like, it's so, like, it just deflates you when you can't wear something that you like and if it's on sale, like
I know.
And then you looking
That's the worst when it's on sale and you like, man, this is clean.
You looking at yourself in the mirror, you like, come on, man, like, why you know? And I think we all have those thoughts. Like, I think the biggest hump is like saying, okay, I'm gonna take action. You know, like, so that was a turning point for me, like the clothes, and then going to a basketball court. Like, I went with one of my best friends, Phil. Like, we went to go play basketball, and I used to play basketball all the time in Atlanta. Like, all the time. Like, I had skills. And yeah, I can shoot, but I could run games all night. And then when I got on that court, like, you just don't think about it. You like, okay, I still got it. And man, I went up and down that court. Like, the first game, I was pretty much done. Like, cramping, like, tired, can't catch my breath, like, and that's so frustrating. Like, knowing that you were an athlete and now you can't perform. Like, you can't, you just know you're not performing at your highest. Like, that was a turning point for me. Now, not saying that, okay, after that, I just got everything 100% right. Because it's still a struggle. Because you just get caught up in these habits, like these bad habits. Like, even, I'm gonna be totally honest, like, even last night, like, I worked all day, and I ate late, and I ate bad. Like, and then I didn't eat the entire day. So the only thing that my body got was empty calories and probably dehydration. Like, for then, like, that day was bad for my body. Like, and just understanding that I have to be super intentional with everything that I do. Like, if I want to accomplish my goals, I have to have the energy. Like, that's another thing too, like what you touched on. Like, I miss having energy. Like, energy to just go. I used to have energy to just go throughout the whole day and not get tired. Like, now you just feel sluggish all the time. Like, that weight thing is
it's real.
It weighs on you, literally. Like, so I mean, I would say that it's just a conscious effort. You got to be on top of it every day.
Yeah.
Like, because the habits that I formed over a lifetime. So in order for me to correct those habits, I have to, like, be conscious, and it won't take a lifetime to correct those habits, but I mean, you just got to be intentional.
Yeah, that's definitely the thing, intentionality. Like, in February, I did a food plan. Like, they send you the food, they tell you how to eat, they tell you when to eat and how many times to eat. Number one, I know, because my story is similar to Zan. Like, at work, I would go the whole day, multiple days a week, no food, and I may have some water. Like, I'm pretty good about drinking water, but I'm sure I didn't have near as much as I needed, especially not having any food. So, like, I would go the whole day, no food. So, like, when I got started on this plan, like, I was eating several times a day, and it was definitely different for me. Like, I had to really program myself to be able to follow that plan. So I actually, like, put alarms in my phone, and I still have them. I still use the alarms in my phone to make sure that I'm eating on a schedule, and that literally helped me to be more intentional about how I was even going throughout my day, because I knew that I needed to plan what I was going to do around when I have to eat. Or if I had to do something that was going to interfere with the time that I had to eat, I would make sure that I brought something with me, so that I wouldn't be interrupted in that activity. But, like, just that alone, like developing the discipline to do that and plan, like it has changed my whole life.
We went through different stages. I mean, we've been married for 11 years, so we went through different stages where we were intentional about it, and then we kind of like just fell back in, like life happens. That's what people say, but you're not gonna have a life if you keep like
you're not.
But and I think I've seen people pass away, like from health problems, due to it's young people like pass away, like just not taking care of your body, like just not waking up, like, and that's scary. Like,
it is scary.
I mean, and it's something that we can control. Like, I remember my eyes being open when we did the Daniel fast one year.
I was just about to mention that.
And we found out, this was before What the Hell.
Tell them what the Daniel fast is if people are not familiar.
So the Daniel fast is a 21-day fast. It comes from the Bible, when Daniel would not eat like the kings, like the meat and stuff. He'd just eat. You basically just eat vegetables, fruit, nuts, and that's pretty much. That's pretty much it.
It's actually like
no additives.
It's like I think it's a little stricter than vegan.
Yeah, it's a little stricter than vegan because you can't have almond milk. I don't think.
No, I think you can.
You can, but I know it's just really restrictive. Like no bread. No.
The thing is, like a lot of vegan cheeses and stuff are made with nutritional yeast. You can't.
You can't have nutritional yeast. So it's really fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Like beans, you can have beans. Yeah, beans.
You can have some lentils.
Yes, but it was very restrictive. So while we were doing this fast, we had to look at every label. And man, like I said, this was before What the Health. Everything had some form of sugar in it.
And What the Health is a documentary about food.
Yeah, and like it blew my mind how much stuff I thought was healthy, and the stuff that I was like, for instance, in the morning time, for breakfast, a cereal bar or Nutri-Grain bar. Like they trick you, like you think that it's it's stupid, but like nutritious grains, but it was nothing but sugar. Like sugar is crap.
It is actually. It's the same effect. In your
like brain. Sugar would give you that quick high and then let you down,
and it would make your stomach real big.
And like, I don't know. I mean, everything has sugar in it. We found out that slices of bread had sugar. Like everything
Pasta
has sugar.
Sauce.
Yeah, everything has sugar in
Pickles.
And like you would think that, okay, if I fix some spaghetti with some green beans, and like that's a good, you got your grains, got your greens, you have some water, maybe some broccoli or something like that. Like that's a good meal. Yeah, the green beans and stuff is cool unless you're adding a lot of stuff to it. Like you can't add hog maw to it and bacon and stuff. But like those grains aren't good for like nothing but sugar.
That's just white flour.
Yeah, and like it was just eye opening to, okay, now I have to go to a deeper level of like just intentionality with what I eat. And you really have to study it. You really have to put in the work, and it can be enjoyable. Like one of the things that we do, and I need to really dig into about Fit Man Cook.
Oh, okay.
Like he just has different recipes that.
I was gonna go back to the Daniel fast.
Oh, go ahead.
So Daniel fast is 3 weeks. People were coming up to me and were like, "What are you doing?" Because I was not working out at the time. I did not have a gym membership, and I was losing weight rapidly.
Yeah.
And felt great, plenty of energy, and so that probably was the very first time it clicked in my mind that this is the way that I probably need to be eating all the time.
And there was no caffeine.
Yeah, no caffeine. Yeah. No tea. No coffee.
Tea. Just water.
Just water.
Water.
I mean, you can make little drinks
lemon
with like
water.
Juices and fruit and stuff, but it was no kind of stimulants or anything. And the thing that we noticed, we drank a lot of water. We ate multiple times throughout the day because you get hungry. Your body burns that stuff fast. And then we also got really good sleep.
I tell you what, like that first week though was rough.
Yeah, it is.
Cause let me tell you, I'm a caffeine. I probably shouldn't. Like, I'm addicted to caffeine,
Yeah.
probably. Like, to the point where caffeine really doesn't even affect me anymore. Like, I can probably drink a cup of coffee and still go to sleep. Like, and that's scary. Like, that started to scare me too. Like, okay, I started researching it and like realizing that I was burning receptors that were keeping me from like just wearing out my body with caffeine. And like that caffeine withdrawal on the Daniel fast was serious. Like, I had headaches, and that's when it clicked for me. That's why I started researching caffeine, because I'm like, why is this affecting me so much to the point where I'm dependent on it? Like, I've never done drugs or anything like that, but I know people that have, and I've seen the effects on their life. So when it started affecting me, I said, okay, now this ain't right, because if my body is like desiring this so much, like something is wrong. But let me tell you, like that second week on the Daniel fast, after no caffeine and just eating clean, like you said, I was waking up like before the alarm clock. I mean, I was
your body would just do it.
And it was a great, man. It was great. Like, and now it's tough because of the bad habits that we form, and I regretted that I didn't continue it, because like I don't know what it is. Like, it's really this what it is. Like, now that I'm saying it out loud, we just don't look at it as I didn't look at it as, okay, this is a lifestyle change. And I know that word tossed around a lot, like it's a lifestyle, not a diet. But that's so true. Because I looked at the Daniel fast as, okay, I'm going to power through 21 days. Like, I'm already super competitive, like even with myself. Or, I want to complete something, and to say that I did it, even if it's just to myself. So I was like, okay, I'm going to power through 21 days, eat like this. I think the first day off, I got a burger.
No.
Like,
Chick-fil-A.
Did I get Chick-fil-A?
Remember we went to Chick-fil-A?
Oh, yeah.
First of all, it almost made us sick.
I couldn't even finish it.
It was, okay, the lemonade
now,
was so sweet.
We love Chick-fil-A.
We are faithful. I am a Chick-fil-A red member. That's the highest you can get in the app.
So
I love
So
Chick-fil-A.
we loved it before the Daniel fast. So it wasn't like that's outside. But it was a fire truck passing by. But we loved it before.
We love Chick-fil-A.
Daniel fast.
We still love Chick-fil-A.
We still love it. Like, so it wasn't like we never liked it. We just tried it and didn't like. I don't even think I finished the food. I think I got halfway. We
were so full.
Had the number one.
We could not eat anything else the rest of the day.
And it dried me out so, like, I was so thirsty.
And we went into itis.
Yeah.
Like, we was out.
And we knew then that, okay, our body needs to be treated better. But we still, like, nothing really stuck.
It's not convenient.
Yeah. That's what it is, yeah. It's not convenient. But I think now that we've gotten to this place now where we're more conscious of, like, we just know, like, I know for me personally, I just know that for me to get to the next level, I have to have, it's discipline. Like, to eat right, to treat my body right. And one, in the arena that I want to be in, especially as an entrepreneur, like, I know this may sound rough to some people, but when you go to a business meeting and you're obese and you just look tired, like, subconsciously to the person that you're talking to, if they're not in the same situation, if they're like a healthy individual, it says to them that you're undisciplined. Mm-hmm. And I don't know any businessman that wants to do business with somebody that's undisciplined. Mm-hmm. And I know it's a thin line between body shaming and, you know, all this, and I think that's, you know, just being politically correct and not judging nobody, and we shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, like, subconsciously, like, that's what I believe, that's what goes through people's heads. Mm-hmm. Like, because if you have an individual that's working out, treating his body right, he's getting up at 5 a.m., working out, drinking water, eating the right things, making sure he stays active, and then he sees another individual that physically, you know, he may be starting that process, but he hasn't been doing that. And it shows by his body. Like, and it subconsciously tells that person that they're not disciplined. And if you're not disciplined in one thing in your life, it can, and it may not be true, but it can say that you're undisciplined and everything else. Mm-hmm. So for me, I know that I want to be disciplined in every area of my life, because, I mean, that's the only way you're going to get to the next level.
Mm-hmm. And it's really about stewardship, because when I started working out with the accountability group, like, it just really hit me, like, this is worship. Yeah. Like, the Lord gave me this body and he expects me to take care of it. Like, it's a gift, and I need to make sure that I'm treating the gift with respect. And so, like, when I would go and work out, like, sometimes that would be my motivation when I didn't want to work out, because it was like, well, the Lord, you know, he is worth me going to make sure that I can run properly, you know?
And, like, on the point of running properly, like, it's a lot of cliche things that we hear from people. I know I've heard from people, like, but it's so true. Like, that your body, whatever you believe in, hey, whatever. But nobody can deny that your body is a vehicle that helps you get from point A to point B, just like a car. Mm-hmm. If you don't treat your body, your vehicle, right, you're not going to be able to get to that point. Mm-hmm. Like, and then I saw this, like, it's just so many different levels that I want to get better at physically, because I saw this Joe Rogan, and this goes with this topic. I saw this Joe Rogan podcast. I forgot the guest's name, but he was just talking about how if something happened, like, especially as a man, if something happened where I needed to exert something physically to protect my family or to keep my family safe, like, can I do that? Mm-hmm. Like, if I needed to carry somebody that was like, it's extreme points where, like, this stuff happens. Like, what if I need to rely on my body physically to protect my family? Can I do that? And I don't want to be in a situation where I'm helpless to help him out, like, mm-hmm. because I physically didn't take care of my body. Like, and I know that's the extreme end, but you never know. Like, or just even yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, what if your car breaks down and you gotta walk? Like, just walk. Like, and it's 10 miles. Like, can you do that? You know? But, I mean, to close us out, like, what is the biggest, and we've talked about this, but just to put a cap on it, like, what is your biggest why for losing weight?
Me?
Yeah.
My why?
Like I know there's a lot of whys, but the top reason, because I think the reason why I asked, because I think that, I mean, Simon Sinek, like, he says this all the time.
Start
like,
with why.
Yeah. And if your why isn't big enough, you won't
do it.
Yeah, you won't do it.
It is big, because my why is that I want to be the best version of myself in everything. Like, I want to be able to perform at the top. I want to be excellent in everything. And I know, like, it starts with my health. Like, the better that I treat my body, the better my brain will work, the better that my blood will flow. Like, the better I can breathe, the better I can think, the better I can see. Like, I want to make sure that I can do all things well.
Yeah.
And I know that there are things that are inside of me, like, that the Lord has gifted me with, and I don't even know what they are yet. And when I do, uncover those things, I want to be able to maximize what they are. And I want them to be as profitable as possible. I want to make sure that I'm not leaving any opportunity unturned, and I want to be able to create something that is going to affect my future legacy with my family. And I know that I'm going to have to be sharp in order to do all those things. So that's my big why.
Yeah, my why is probably similar to yours. Is that I realized that physically, like, I want clarity in my mind. I want energy, like you said, to be able to accomplish those things. It's a lot of ideas that I have that I've just been lazy on because I just had no motivation, no energy. Like, I want to get that back. I want to be able to be here for my kids too. Like, I know some people that passed away because of lack of intentionality in their health and, like, a lot of different things, but I just don't want to be that. I don't want that. And even with my grandma, like, I remember, like, just years of, like, not eating right. Like, she passed away, but, like, she had to get stuff amputated, like, from diabetes. And that's, like, I don't want to live like that, when I get older. And I just want to live a full life.
It's not living.
No, it's not living.
Surviving.
It's surviving. You're right. But, like, that's my biggest why. Like, I want to be here for my family and be able to maximize every gift that I have. Like, we saw that Beyonce documentary. Homecoming, and you can say what you want. You can be a fan of Beyonce or not, but one thing you can't deny was her work ethic. Like, her putting in the work. Like, she had Blue. Not Blue.
She just had her twins.
Yeah, just had her twins.
And she started working. And was breastfeeding on breaks.
And had a C-section.
Yeah, she had a C-section. Like, she had to heal from that C-section, and then boom.
Yeah, just go.
She just hit the ground running, getting back to where she needed to be.
And, like, people want that success, that level of success, but it take, like, what was she saying? She was kind of doing, like, the Daniel fast too, though. Well, she said she had cut out a lot of stuff.
She had, basically in the final stretch, she was like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
So it was a lot like Daniel fast. Yeah. Like, she cut out basically everything.
But, like, vegetables and fruit.
It was vegan diet. It was pretty publicized.
Yeah.
She got down where she needed to be.
But people just see the glamour on the stage, like, but seeing that documentary, knowing that, I mean, this was months before performance.
She started 8 months before.
And just grinding every
just
day.
In preparation for one performance.
One night. Well, I think she did
it was
multiple.
2.
Yeah. But a weekend, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she spent 8 months preparing for a weekend. And I would say that preparation that she put in, that 8 months, set her up to be one of the best shows at Coachella or in Coachella history.
I would just say in music history.
Yeah, in music history. Not even in Coachella. But it's just that intentionality and work she put in and understanding that she needed every part of her body to perform. I mean, that's for all of us. You just got to maximize everything that you do to get to that next level. Like, if you want to be mediocre, it's not hard to do that. But if you want to be great, like, you have to take massive action. And I'm preaching to myself. Mm-hmm. That's it. Like, this is a conversation that we want to have with you guys. Like, it's very personal to us, but I know that there's some other people that may be going through the same things that we are going through, or you're just starting to realize that, okay, I need to take action on this. There's a lot of information that you can research on what you need to do, but I think the biggest thing, I'm no expert, but just intentionality. And intentionality meaning, okay, why do I want this food? Is this food good for me? Like, what will help me get to my next step? Like, just asking yourself those things. Like, just being, like, just question everything. Mm-hmm. Why am I doing this? That's the biggest question. Like, I tell let me stop because I'm going on another rant. But, like, you got to know why you do something. Like, and just preaching to myself, like, there's a lot of things that I did in this weight loss journey or trying to lose weight or before I knew about, what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I'm trying to sing.
I'm saying, like, I've done a lot of things that had no purpose, basically. Like, everything has to have purpose. So when I do things that don't have purpose, I get the results that I get. Mediocrity. Mm-hmm. And mediocrity, nobody is called to be mediocre. Nobody on this earth. Everybody has a purpose. Everybody has something that they have to accomplish, and nobody's called to be mediocre. So if you're going through something like this, just be intentional. Mm-hmm. And
please consult your doctor.
Yes.
I don't recommend starting anything without notifying your medical professional, especially, you may have some underlying issues that need to be addressed. Sometimes that dictates what you eat.
Yes.
And so definitely check in with them first. We are not medical professionals.
No. Just our own life
close.
Experiences. Yeah, that's it. So thank you for listening to our second episode. And we'll be releasing the podcast every Monday. Make sure to subscribe. Comment below. Like, we would love to hear from you. We will reply to you. If you have any questions, if you have any topics that you would like for us to talk about, and just comment, like, your biggest why for losing, like, weight, for becoming healthier, not just losing weight, but becoming healthier, because, that's what it's about, like, being the best you. So,
make sure you click the notification bell so you know when the videos hit. And write us a review. It helps other people to find us.
Yep. And that's it. See you next time.
Bye.
Peace.